taking ownership and responsibility for your life is crucial in any aspect of your life. So whether it comes to business or property, or even just your personal life, like you need to take ownership and responsibility. And the problem is with this nation is that we're full of excuses. So many people are full of excuses because it's the easy way out. So when we point the finger at a problem that we can't control, it makes it an easy way out in terms of, we don't have to do anything about it. It's the easy way. But if we take ownership, harness it, come up with a solution, and focus on things that we can control, then what happens is that we become solutions based. And we forget about the excuses and we move on and we get stuff done. So when I finished up working in nightclubs, I was 25 years old, and the market started to change because the lockout laws were getting introduced, and the clubs were shutting earlier. Some clubs were shutting down completely, and the market was turning for that industry. And I was part of it for 10 years. That was my last job, so I had to make a decision whether to keep pursuing hospitality, or do I go out on my own and start a business? And that's what I did. I didn't point the finger at anyone. It was out of my control. I took ownership and basically jumped into the deep end and had a crack, and here I am 8 years later. And if I didn't execute on that idea, or on that plan to run my own business and take ownership of my life, then I will potentially still be working for the guy upstairs. Well, a good example would be the housing affordability crisis that we have right now in this country. And many people are avoiding getting into the property market because they feel that they've been hard done by and the government's not doing enough for them. But in actual fact, the market's the market, and it's how you react to the market is where you're going to get the results. And the government ultimately they don't care about you. So what you need to do is, again, become solutions focused. Figure out what your options are, and that might be renting instead of buying, and investing in another suburb where the market isn't as hot. Researching and educating yourself on what the right decision is to make. And that's the problem, is that too many people pass a liability onto someone else, and what happens is that if things go wrong, it's easier to point the finger at them for making the wrong decision. But ultimately the decision lies within yourself, and it comes down to education and surrounding yourself with people that have done it before. So basically, to stop making excuses. So if you want to do something, research it, educate yourself, jump in and just do it. Stop talking about it. Make mistakes, learn from those mistakes, and get better as you go. I mean, it's not going to be perfect from day one. I'm still learning to this day as well, but if you don't execute on your ideas and you don't execute on your plans, then those ideas and plans mean nothing. So just stop talking and start doing. There are many things that we can't control in our market right now. Sydney prices are way too expensive, and we need to look beyond those markets to see where we can put our money and invest in markets where we can afford. We may not necessarily want to live there, but there is room for a margin for us to make some good money, and it just comes down to surrounding yourself with the experts and leveraging off people who have done it before. We pride ourselves on what we do here, and It's really simple at the end of the day. Come up with a plan and stick to it.